So in the previous lecture, we have started with the problems of the approximate estimate. In this particular problem, I just want to share some new things for you. That two things, generally we call it as work chart establishments and contingencies. Okay, and that is what I want to familiarize with everyone with these two concepts. Already we have discussed this part, but a small recap of the what are the part that you have learned previously. Contingencies. The term contingencies indicates the incidental expenses of a miscellaneous characters which cannot be classified under any distinct subhead, yet pertain to work as a whole. What does it means? That means there are some characters, we call it as, or some items for which we have to perform the work, we have to complete the work for that particular item, and that is not been classified under any distinct subhead. That we called it as a smaller works which are not the uh, means part of our detailed estimate at the initial stage. Whenever we are doing the detailed estimate, suppose some small work like repairing of the staircases. Okay, there are some cracks, minute cracks you have observed, and you have hired one person, and with the shotgun gun, he just repairing that particular staircase. That is top plastering whatever the part of cement mortar. So it's a small work. Okay, at the time of preparing the detail estimate, no one has thinking to consider such works. Okay, but when you observe, no, I have to repair it, or I have to do some extra work. Okay, that will be not part of your detail estimate previously, but now you have newly added it. So you have to uh, complete that particular character or the item or that particular work which is not classified under any distinct subhead. That means previously you have not classified it in any of the part of our detailed estimate. Okay, so we are going to keep certain amount for doing these works. Okay, some special works I can say in simple words. Suppose you want to modify some structure. Previously in our detail estimate it was like a dog leg staircase, but yeah, in the dog leg staircase again you have think no to use some good material, or some maybe you are using some replacing material, or you have changed the design, or you have using some special material. Okay, so what does it indicates in your detail estimate? That will be the not part of our detail estimate previously, but when you think of, no, I'm going to change this design, you are going to execute it. Okay, so whatever these special works or separate works which are not the part of your detail estimate, but now you are going to perform it. Okay, and for completing such work we are going to keep around 3 to 5% of the cost of our total estimated budget. Okay, 3 to 5%, and that we called it as a contingencies. Okay, I hope everyone is clear with this. And work chart establishment is nothing but uh, it is the establishment which is charged to the works directly. Now, what is that particular establishment? During the construction of a building project, a certain amount of work, supervisors, chowkidars, mates, or the munshis. Okay, so supervisors, chowkidar, work supervisors are there, which are required to be employed at that particular site, and their salaries are paid in the from the account amount of the work chart establishment. Okay, provided in that estimate. So around 1.5 to 2% of the cost we are going to consider for it. And this work chart establishment, or the employees who are working like security guard, that is your chowkidar, munshi, these are the temporary employees for that particular work, and these are appointed by the competent authority for that, from that particular company. So that is all about the contingencies and work chart establishment. You may get question in your examination like write a short note on the contingencies and work chart establishment for 4 marks. Okay, so 2 marks for the two different definitions. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me in this. Okay, now moving towards our main part of the problem that we are discussing. uh, just give me a minute. Yes, yesterday we have finished the part of this particular problem, correct? We are up to this particular problem. The plinth area of an apartment is 500 square meter. Determine the total cost from the following data. This problem yesterday we have covered up. Okay, now the next problem, again it is similar to the first one, so we are not going to repeat one. Uh, we are going towards the next method, that is we called it as cubical content method. Cubical content method. Okay, that is the next method that we are going to discuss now. So in the cubical content method, the problem will be like this: prepare a rough estimate for a proposed commercial complex for a municipal corporation for the following data. Prepare a rough estimate for a proposed commercial complex for a municipal corporation from the following data. Plinth area they have given as 500 meters square per floor. What area they have given? Plinth area 500 meters square per floor. Then height of each story is 3.5 meters. Height of each story is 3.5 meters. Then number of stories will be G plus 2. Okay, so ground plus upper 2, that is 3 floor we are having. So number of stories will be G plus 2. Cubical content rate they have mentioned as rupees 1000 per meter cube. Okay, please be clear with this. Cubical content rate is rupees 1000 per meter cube. Provided for the following as a percentage of structural cost, that is water supply and sanitary arrangement 8%, electrification 6%, then fluctuation of the rates 5%, contractors profit 10%, petty supervisions and contingencies 3%. Okay, so this we have to use this data. We have to use the upper data. At first we have to calculate the total cost, approximate cost of the project using the cubic content method. Now if you see this particular problem, plinth area is given as 500 meters square per floor and height of each story is 3.5 meter. Okay, the number of stories will be number of stories will be G plus 2 and cubical content rate is rupees 1000 per meter cube. So how to begin with this particular problem? So for solving the problem, at first you should determine the cubical content at first. Cubical content rate is known to you, that is rupees 1000 per meter cube, but you don't know the cubic content because we are having the plinth area and we are having the height for each story, that is known to us. So cubical content, that is our first step to determine. Let us discuss how we are going to determine it. See, cubical content equals to number of stories multiplied by plinth area multiplied by height of each story. Okay, so at first you can determine the cubical content of a single floor and then you can multiply it with the number of stories, or you can directly take the formula as number of stories multiplied by plinth area and multiplied by height of each story. So area multiplied by height, we will get the cubical content for that particular structure, and multiplied with the number of stories, we will get the total cubical content for that G plus 2 structure. If you do the calculation like this, number of stories will be 3. How it is 3? It's a G plus 2, na? So ground floor, first floor and second floor. So number of stories will be 3. Okay, plinth area, it is 500 square meter per floor they have mentioned, and height of each story is 3.5 meter. Okay, so area multiplied by height, that will be the cubical content for us, and there are 3 stories, so I have multiplied with 3. So this is the total cubical content for this particular structure, that is 5250. Do the calculation and check it whether it is correct or wrong. Okay, so that will be the cubical content for this particular problem. Then after getting the cubical content, we have to determine the approximate cost or building cost. How we are going to determine the building cost? Building cost equals to cubical content multiplied by cubical content rate. Now cubical content we have determined. We are just multiplying with the cubical content rate. So cubical content is 5250 multiplied by 1000. the amount comes as 52.5 lakhs or 50 lakhs. Okay, please check whether the calculations are right or wrong. Okay, then other provisions, whatever they have mentioned, what other provisions they have mentioned? Water supply and sanitation, uh, that they have taken as 8%. Correct? See the problem. Water supply and sanitation 8%. So 8% of 52.5 lakh, that comes as 4.2 lakhs. Electrification 6%. So 6% of 52.5 lakh, that comes as 3.15 lakhs. Fluctuation of the rates 5% of the building cost. So 5% of 52.5, that comes as 2.625. Correct? Hmm? Then contractors profit and petty supervision and contingencies. Now always remember, as I told earlier, contractor profit and your contingencies or your work charge establishment. These three parameters are we are going to take in relevance with the overall cost and not with the building cost. If they have clearly specified in the problem that you have to consider this with the building cost, that is contractors profit 10% of building cost, or like that, if they have mentioned it clearly, then you can take it. Okay. But if they haven't mentioned it clearly in the problem, then you can consider that contingencies, petty supervision charges, and work charge establishment, the contractor's profit, these are taken in relevance to the overall cost of that particular project. Please remember, total बिल्डिंग कॉस्ट मध्ये वॉटर सप्लाय येत आहे, सॅनिटेशन येत आहे, इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन येत आहे, ड्रेनेज येत आहे, त्यानंतर इट मे बी युअर डिझाईन ऑफ द कॉस्ट फॉर द रोड्स अँड लॉन्स येत आहे. आणि ओव्हरऑल कॉस्ट कशासाठी, ओव्हरऑल कॉस्ट काय काय घेत असतो आपण, ओव्हरऑल कॉस्ट कॉन्टिजन्सेस, वर्क चार्ज इस्टॅब्लिशमेंट अँड पेटी सुपरविजन चार्जेस, ज्याला पीएस चार्जेस किंवा प्रायमरी सर्व्हिसेस असं म्हटलं जातं. इनिशियल जे काय आपण सर्व्हिसेस प्रोव्हाइड करतो, कुठं काही छोटी मोठी कामं असतील तर. ठीक आहे. सो यासाठी आपण ओव्हरऑल कॉस्टच्या आपण ती अमाऊंट कन्सिडर करत असतो. ठीक आहे. ओव्हरऑल कॉस्टच्या 3% तुमचं कॉन्टिजन्सेस आहे. ओव्हरऑल कॉस्टच्या 1.5 to 2% तुमचं वर्क चार्ज इस्टॅब्लिशमेंट घेऊ शकतो आपण. अँड पेटी सुपरविजन चार्जेस अराउंड 8% इफ वॉट एव्हर दे हॅव मेन्शन्ड. असं काही नाही की ते 8% असणार आहेत. शक्यतो साईट सुपरविजन चार्जेस हे 8% असतात, 5 ते 8% मध्ये व्हॅरी होतात. पण जसं प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये दिले त्यानुसार तुम्ही घेऊ शकता. ठीक आहे. So in this particular part, water supply, sanitation and fluctuation of rate we have calculated in relevance with the building cost. Okay, so the total is 9.975 lakhs. So your total will be 52.5 lakhs plus 9.975 lakhs, total will be 62.475 lakhs. Okay, now this is the overall cost which you are getting. So next is your petty supervision and contingencies 3 to 5%. In this problem they have mentioned as 3%. So 3% of the overall cost we have to take. Okay, always remember, you can note it down in your notebook also. Contingencies, work charge establishment, petty supervision charges and your contractor's profit we are always consider in relevance with the overall cost, and other part in relevance with the building cost. Okay, if it is not mentioned in the problem, but if it is mentioned that you have to consider it only building cost or only of overall cost, then do the calculations accordingly. But it is not going to happen. Contingencies, work charge establishment and your contractor's profit and your PS charges are always in relevance with the overall cost. Okay, so contingencies 3% we have to consider. So 3% of 62.475 lakhs, that will come as 1.874 lakhs. Check the calculations at first. And contractor's profit is 10% of 62 lakh, that comes as 6.247 lakhs. So the grand total of this particular project is comes as 70.596 lakhs. 70.596 lakhs. Okay, so in this way you have to solve this particular problem. Now if you are having any doubt, you can ask me, otherwise you can complete the problem. You can note it down in your notebook. If you are having any doubt, you can unmute and you can talk, else you can put it in the chat box also. So this is the problem of cubical content method. Is there any doubt? म्हणजे लक्षात घ्या, हे पहा, वॉटर सप्लाय, सॅनिटेशन, इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन, ड्रेनेज किंवा रोड्स आणि लॉन्च हे जे चार्ज असतात हे बिल्डिंग कॉस्टचे चार्ज असतात. म्हणजे बिल्डिंग कॉस्टचे 8%, बिल्डिंग कॉस्टचे 6% जे काय दिलेले असतात. आणि वर्क चार्ज इस्टॅब्लिशमेंट, कॉन्टिजन्सेस, देन पीएस, देन कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर्स प्रॉफिट, हे जे चार्जेस असतात हे तुमच्या ओव्हरऑल कॉस्टच्या पर्सेंटेज मध्ये घेत असतो आपण. म्हणजे ओव्हरऑल कॉस्टच्या 5 कॉन्टिजन्सेस 3 ते 5% घेतो. वरच्या डिस्टॅब्लिशमेंट 1.5 ते 2% घेतो ओव्हरऑल कॉस्टच्या. ठीक आहे, हे लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे, फक्त विसरू नका कधीच. If you get the problem, if you don't have any doubt, you can note down in your notebook. आणि जसं मी यापूर्वी सांगितलं आहे, you have to send me the scanned copy of your notebook so that I can check how much you have written in the notebook as far as problems are considered, because all the problems should be there. It must be there in your notebook. Okay. In our university examination, the weightage of the problem is 50-50. That is, out of 70 marks, 35 to 40 marks will be for the problem and rest part will be theory. So the big weightage is there for the problems. 50 to 60% problems are there. So everything you should note down. At least problems I am telling. If you're not writing theory part, no problem. But problems you have to write it down in your notebook and send with a scanned copy of your notebooks, so that I will check who has written and who has not. Please complete the problem very fast so that we can move forward for the next problem and for the next variety. And if you are having any doubts still, you can raise your hand, you can unmute yourself, you can discuss, or you can put your query in the chat box. समजतंय का सर्वांना? You can respond me quickly. हो नाही. Please note down the problem in your notebook. If you are having any doubt, you can still ask me. Please note down the problem. If you are not down the problem, note down the solution also. Write down the solution for this particular problem, everyone, in your notebook. Have you noted the problem in the notebook? Shall we move forward? Please respond. Okay, we will take the next problem, that is of unit based method. Okay, so the nature of the problem is prepare the approximate estimate or the rough estimate of a hospital building for 50 beds. For 50 beds, the cost of construction altogether for each bed is rupees 60,000. Determine the total cost of the hospital building. Okay, so we have to prepare the rough estimate of a hospital building for 50 beds. 50 बेडचं एक हॉस्पिटल आहे आणि या 50 बेडच्या हॉस्पिटलसाठी आपल्याला अप्रॉक्सिमेट एस्टिमेट तयार करायचा आहे. यासाठी त्यांनी काय डेटा दिलेला आहे, और डेटा दे हॅव गिवन द कॉस्ट ऑफ कन्स्ट्रक्शन फॉर ईच बेड इज रुपीज 60,000. म्हणजे bed means it is not only a single bed they are going to mention. Okay, cost of construction of each bed for is rupees 60,000. That means it is equipped with all amenities and all instruments which are required for that patient or hospital. Okay, Saili, any doubt? Any doubt? Please respond. If anyone is having any doubt, I can take the previous part or likewise. Okay. So the cost of construction of each bed means bed is there, some instruments are there, ventilators are there, and everything. So that comes together around is 60,000 rupees. So determine the total cost of the hospital building. Okay, so this problem we have to solve using the unit based method. Okay, that is unit basis method. We called it as service unit method. In our language we called it as a service unit method. So as far as hospitals are considered, what is our service unit? As far as hospitals are considered, our beds are our nothing but service unit. Okay, so in the service unit method, what is our formula to determine the approximate estimate? So formula to determine the approximate estimate is nothing but as far as service unit method or a unit based method is considered, is nothing but approximate estimate equals to number of service units multiplied by cost of construction for each service unit. What is the formula that we are going to use? Approximate estimate equals to number of service units multiplied by cost of construction for each service unit. Now if you consider these problems, our service units are beds as far as hospitals are considered. And how many number of beds are there? There are 50 number of beds. Okay, and cost of construction for each bed is given as 60,000. So what will be the approximate estimate for the approximate cost for the hospital building? That is nothing but 50 multiplied by 60,000. That comes as 30,000. That comes as 30,000. Correct? Not 30,000. Sorry, 30 lakhs. So 50 multiplied by 60,000, that comes as rupees 30 lakhs. So it's very such simple problem they are going to ask you for 4 marks in your examination. The way method will be unit based method, service unit based problem will be there. It will be of cubicle content method. It will be of plinth area method. Okay. Now, if you take the second example, to prepare a rough estimate of a hostel building which can accommodate 150 students, the cost of construction, including the all provisions, is rupees 15,000 per student. Determine the total cost of the building. Correct? So total cost of the building, uh, as far as our school building or college is considered, what are our service units? Our service units are nothing but our students. As I said earlier, one student will require around 1.5 meter square area. How much area there? One student requires around 1.5 meter square area. Okay. So in this problems, our service units are nothing but our students, and number of students they have mentioned is 150. Correct? And the cost of construction, including all lump sum provisions, is rupees 15,000. Correct? So what will be the total cost or approximate cost of that hostel building? It is nothing but 150 multiplied by 15,000. That comes as 22 lakh 50,000 only. Okay. So these are the problems which are associated with the service unit or unit based methods. Okay. In this, you have to remember very simple formula. Approximate cost of the structure equals to the number of service units multiplied by cost of construction of each service unit. Okay. Cost of construction of each service units. Okay. Then we will take the next problem. Are you getting this? Is there any doubt in this particular part? If not, we will move towards the another part. Please solve this particular problem. I will give you 5 minutes. Prepare an approximate estimate of a public building having plinth area equal to 1800 square meter using the following data. So the data has been given to you. Now you have to solve this particular problem. Please take a note of this problem and try to solve it. See the problem I have shared on your screen. Prepare an approximate estimate of a public building having plinth area equals to 1800 square meter using following data. Plinth area rate is mentioned 3,500 rupees per meter square. Architectural treatment 3% of the cost of building. Water supply and sanitary installation 5% of cost of building. Electrical installation 14% of cost of building. Other services 5% of cost of building. Contingencies 3% of overall cost. Please take a note here. And supervision charges 8% of the overall cost. So please tell me the grand total. Okay, for this particular problem. You have to solve this problem. 1 minute is left, so you can solve this problem, and we will discuss its answer in our next session. So if the meeting ends within a 1 minute, please rejoin the session using the same link and rejoin it fast without taking our that much time, valuable time of the lecture. Rejoin fast for the next session. If the meeting concludes immediately within few seconds, it will conclude definitely. So before concluding, you can take a note of this particular problem. Take a snapshot in the mobile also, no problem. But you have to solve it and you have to tell me the answer. Okay, the answer we are going to discuss it in our next session. You have to solve it. And I want everyone should give the answer. It's not like that only few students will give the answer. Please everyone note down this problem in your notebook. Take a snap in the mobile and you can start to solve the problem. Okay, the problem is asked for around 8 marks. I think it is there in your examination. Please take a note of this problem and start to solve the problem. We will discuss the solution of this in our next session.